This is great. Now we've got Russia debunking the moon landing. Bear with me. So we're going to be visiting Dmitry Rogozin's Telegram channel. Dmitry, in case you don't know, is the former head of Roscosmos, which is basically Russia's equivalent of NASA, in which he was the Director General from May 2018 to July 2022, and has since been sent to the front line in Ukraine. Okay? So I'm over at Dmitry's Telegram channel, where he's on the front line in Ukraine, and he's reflecting on the past where he worked for Roscosmos, which essentially is Russia's equivalent of NASA. I've had to translate this from Russian to English. It's okay, it's not perfect though. As we're about to see, this is quite a revealing post. Not surprising to most of the people that visit this channel. But Dmitry goes on to say, about 10 years ago, when I worked for the government, I sent an official request to Roscosmos to provide me with documentary evidence of American stay on the moon, at the time by the federal agency. I was painfully embarrassed by the fact the Soviet cosmonauts returning from multi-day expeditions barely kept their feet and underwent long recovery after such flights, and the Americans got out of their lunar ships like cucumbers out of the bed. Do you know what I got in return? The book Conquest of the Moon by Astronauts, with a comment by cosmonaut Leonov that they were really there because they told him about it themselves. Having moved to work with Roscosmos State Corporation in 2018, I continued to search for this evidence, but I found nothing there, except angry accusations of some of our fans to go to America at someone else's expense of academics, that I was undermining holy cooperation with NASA. I also received one angry call from a high-ranking official accusing that I am aggravating the international situation with my doubts. Yes, I did not undermine or aggravate anything, but only because my nature I tried to get the details and establish, at least for myself, the true state of affairs in the study of the moon by our competitors. It was not clear to me how the United States, at the level of technology development of the 60s of the last century, did what they still can't do now. Thus, instead of evidence of American stay on the moon, I got evidence of their people's stay in our establishment, which is also an important conclusion. So Dmitry asked for proof of America's moon landing and was hoping to get some incredible science back, thinking that they'd actually gone. All he got back was hearsay, a book, and was told to shut up by the top brass, not to aggravate a situation between NASA and Russia. And shortly after that, Dmitry found himself on the front line in Ukraine, having been removed from his position in charge of the Russian Space Agency. Kind of telling, don't you think? I thought I'd try and help Dmitry out here and hunt down some evidence for this moon landing. I've got this satellite release, this secret satellite release around the moon. So let's have a look. Let's see if this helps Dmitry out. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now that's official NASA footage. That makes Thunderbirds look high quality space. That's terrible. Sorry, Dmitry, couldn't help you out with this historic footage of a satellite being released by the moon landing crew. Couldn't help you. Just looked like a model and a dart ring fella. I'll keep looking though, mate. Let's see if moon landing legend Buzz Aldrin can help Dmitry out. Buzz?
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.